If your eyes have been getting drier, blurrier, more sensitive to light, and you've been told it's just aging, maybe try some drops. Maybe consider surgery down the road. I need to tell you something that could change the way you think about your vision for the rest of your life. The reason your eyesight is declining has almost nothing to do with how old your eyes are. It has everything to do with what's happening, or more accurately, what's stopped happening, inside the lens of your eye right now. There's a compound your eye lens depends on to stay clear. It's been protecting your vision since before you were born. And sometime in your 50s, your body quietly cut off the supply, not reduced it, cut it off. Since that moment, the proteins inside your lens have been slowly breaking apart, clumping together and clouding your vision, and no amount of carrots, no eye drops, no reading glasses can reverse that process. But 6 ordinary seeds, the kind you walk past in the grocery store every week, contain specific compounds that target the exact biological systems your eyes are losing. Not by replacing what's gone, but by protecting what's still there and reactivating the repair pathways your body has forgotten how to use. Today, I'm going to rank all 6 from good to extraordinary, explain the science behind each one, and, this part matters, show you exactly how to prepare them. Because most people eat these seeds wrong, and when you eat them wrong, your body absorbs almost nothing. Stay through the entire video. The number 1 seed on this list does something so specific for your eye lens that researchers believe it could delay cataract surgery by a decade. Before I give you the 6 seeds, I need you to understand what's actually going wrong inside your eyes. Because once you see this, you'll understand exactly why these seeds work and why most eye health advice doesn't. Your lens proteins are irreplaceable. Inside your eye is a lens, a small transparent structure that focuses light onto your retina so you can see. That lens is made of proteins. And here's the part almost nobody knows. Your body made those proteins once, in the womb, before you were born, and it never made them again. Let that sink in for a moment. The proteins you're seeing through right now are the exact same proteins you were born with. They've been working every single day for 60, 70, 80 years, and they will never be replaced. Think of it like the glass in a lighthouse. The lighthouse was built with one set of lenses. There's no factory making replacements. Every year, wind and salt spray scratch the glass a little more. Sand pits the surface. Sea mist clouds it. The light still shines through, but it's dimmer, more scattered, less focused. That's what's happening to your eye lens right now. Every day, free radicals, those reactive molecules produced by sunlight, stress, and normal metabolism, hit your lens proteins and damage them. The proteins unfold. They lose their precise shape. They stick to neighboring proteins they were never meant to touch. And when enough of them clump together, they stop transmitting light cleanly. Instead, they scatter it. That scattering is what you experience as cloudy vision, glare sensitivity, difficulty driving at night, and eventually, cataracts. Your body had a defense system. It failed. Now, your body isn't stupid. It knew these proteins were irreplaceable, so it built a protection system, a compound called glutathione. Think of glutathione as the cleaning crew inside your lens. Every day, it patrols the lens, finds damaged proteins, and repairs them before they can clump. In a young, healthy lens, glutathione levels are high. The cleaning crew is fully staffed. Damage gets fixed as fast as it happens. Your vision stays crystal clear. But here's where things go terribly wrong. Sometime in your 50s, a physical barrier starts forming around the innermost part of your lens, the nucleus. This barrier is real, it's measurable, and it does something devastating. It blocks glutathione from reaching the center of your lens. Imagine that lighthouse again. The cleaning crew is still working, but someone has walled off the center of the lens. They can clean the edges, the outer surface, but the core, the part that matters most for clear vision, is sealed off, unreachable, unprotected. From that moment on, the proteins in the center of your lens are on their own. Damage accumulates, clumping accelerates, cloudiness builds from the inside out. And this is precisely where the most common and most vision-damaging type of cataract forms, nuclear cataracts, right in the center, where the cleaning crew can no longer reach. This is why cataract surgery is the most commonly performed surgery on Earth. Not because eyes are fragile, but because the internal defense system fails, and nothing in conventional medicine addresses that failure. Doctors wait until the damage is bad enough, and then they replace the lens surgically. But what if you could slow the damage dramatically? Here's what researchers discovered. While you can't restore glutathione to the nucleus once that barrier forms, you can flood the surrounding tissue with specific antioxidants that work from the outside in, intercepting free radicals before they ever reach the lens proteins. You can reduce the inflammation that accelerates protein damage. You can strengthen the structural tissue of your retina, and you can support the tear film that protects the entire front surface of your eye. Researchers calculated that delaying cataract onset by just 10 years could cut its incidence in half. Half. Not through surgery, not through drops, through protecting the proteins you already have. That's what these 6 seeds do. Each one delivers specific compounds that target a different part of your eye's failing defense system. Let's start with number 6 and work our way up. Seed number 6, sesame seeds. Number 6, sesame seeds. Sesame seeds earn their place on this list for one reason: zinc. And zinc does something for your eyes that most people never learn about. Your retina, the light-sensing tissue at the back of your eye, contains specialized cells called photoreceptors. These are the cells that actually convert light into the electrical signals your brain interprets as vision. And photoreceptors are extraordinarily dependent on zinc. Zinc activates the enzymes that protect your photoreceptors from oxidative damage. Without enough zinc, those protective enzymes go dormant. Your photoreceptors become exposed, vulnerable to the same kind of free radical damage that's destroying your lens proteins. Over time, unprotected photoreceptors degrade. Your color perception fades, your night vision weakens. Fine detail becomes harder to resolve. But zinc does something else that's equally important. It's the mineral that pulls vitamin A into your eye tissue. Vitamin A is essential for photoreceptor function. It's literally part of the molecular machinery that detects light. But vitamin A can't get into your eye cells without zinc acting as the transport vehicle. No zinc, no vitamin A delivery. No delivery, no proper light detection. Think of zinc as both the bodyguard and the delivery driver for your retina. Sesame seeds also provide copper and vitamin E, both of which support antioxidant systems in the eye. But the zinc content is the star here. How to prepare them? This part is critical. Raw sesame seeds contain high levels of phytic acid, a compound that binds to minerals in your digestive tract and prevents absorption. If you eat raw sesame seeds, your body may absorb only a fraction of the zinc they contain. The phytic acid grabs the zinc before your gut can. The solution is simple. Dry roast them. Place them in a dry pan over medium heat for about 3 minutes, stirring occasionally until they turn slightly golden and release a warm, nutty aroma. That heat breaks down the phytic acid and releases the minerals for absorption. 1 tablespoon of roasted sesame seeds daily. Sprinkle them on vegetables, on rice, on salads. One more detail. Avoid drinking coffee or tea within 90 minutes of eating your sesame seeds. The tannins in coffee and tea bind to zinc in your gut, blocking absorption in the same way phytic acid does. Timing matters. Seed number 5, pumpkin seeds. Number 5, pumpkin seeds. And these are here because they deliver something directly to the most vulnerable part of your retina. At the center of your retina is a small dense area called the macula. The macula is responsible for your sharpest, most detailed vision: reading, recognizing faces, seeing fine print, driving. It's the bullseye of your visual world, and it is under constant assault. The macula sits directly in the path of incoming light, all day, every day. That light generates enormous amounts of oxidative stress in this tiny area. To protect itself, the macula concentrates 2 specific pigments: lutein and zeaxanthin. These pigments act as a built-in sunscreen and antioxidant shield, absorbing dangerous blue light and neutralizing free radicals before they can damage the delicate photoreceptors underneath. Here's the problem. Your body cannot make lutein or zeaxanthin. It must get them from food. And as you age, your body becomes less efficient at absorbing and transporting them to the macula. The shield thins, the protection fades, and the risk of age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of irreversible vision loss in seniors, increases dramatically. Pumpkin seeds are one of the richest seed sources of both lutein and zeaxanthin. When you eat them consistently, these pigments travel through your bloodstream and accumulate in your macula, literally rebuilding the protective shield from the inside. Research has shown that higher dietary intake of lutein and zeaxanthin is associated with significantly lower risk of macular degeneration progression. You're not just slowing the damage, you're reinforcing the defense. And like sesame seeds, pumpkin seeds also deliver zinc, compounding the photoreceptor protection. How to prepare them? Pumpkin seeds have the same phytic acid problem as sesame, but the solution is different because heat would damage their delicate lutein and zeaxanthin content. Instead, soak them overnight. Place them in a bowl of water with the juice of half a lemon squeezed in. Leave them for 8 hours. The citric acid from the lemon breaks down the phytic acid gradually without heat, preserving the carotenoids. In the morning, drain, rinse, and eat them as they are, or let them dry on a towel if you prefer a crunchier texture. 1 to 2 tablespoons daily. And because lutein and zeaxanthin are fat-soluble, pair them with a source of healthy fat. A few slices of avocado, a drizzle of olive oil, to maximize absorption. Without fat, these pigments pass through your gut largely unabsorbed. Seed number 4, hemp seeds. Number 4, hemp seeds. And the reason they're on this list has nothing to do with protein or fiber. It's about a ratio, a specific balance of fats that directly controls inflammation inside your retina. Your retina is not just a piece of tissue, it's neural tissue, an extension of your brain. And like your brain, it is extraordinarily sensitive to chronic, low-level inflammation. Not the kind you feel, the kind that simmers silently in the background, weakening cell membranes, slowing signal transmission, and gradually degrading your ability to see clearly. This inflammation is driven, in large part, by the ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids in your diet. In an ideal world, this ratio would be somewhere around 3 or 4 to 1. But the modern Western diet, full of processed foods, vegetable oils, fried foods, pushes that ratio to 15 or even 20 to 1, massively inflamed, massively tilted toward the omega-6 side. And your retina pays the price. The omega-6 heavy environment triggers inflammatory cascades inside the delicate neural tissue of your retina. Cell membranes weaken, signal transmission slows. The tear film, the moisture layer that protects the front of your eye, breaks down. You experience dry eyes, irritation, blurry moments, and a gradual decline in visual sharpness that feels like normal aging, but isn't. Here's what makes hemp seeds remarkable. They have a naturally occurring omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of approximately 3 to 1. That's almost exactly the ratio your body functions best at. Not because someone engineered it. That's just how hemp grows. When you eat hemp seeds consistently, you're gradually correcting the inflammatory tilt in your entire body, including your retina. A large meta-analysis reviewing 19 randomized controlled trials and over 4,000 patients confirmed that correcting this fatty acid imbalance produces measurable reductions in the inflammatory markers that drive dry eye disease. Think of your retina like a sensitive radio receiver. Inflammation is static interference. It garbles the signal. Hemp seeds turn down the static. The signal, your vision, comes through cleaner, sharper, more consistent. How to use them? Hemp seeds require no special preparation. No soaking, no roasting, no grinding. 2 tablespoons daily, sprinkled on yogurt, blended into a smoothie, or eaten straight. They have a mild, slightly nutty flavor that pairs with almost anything. But here's an important detail. Keep them refrigerated after opening. The omega-3 fatty acids in hemp seeds are fragile. Heat, light, and air oxidize them, converting them from anti-inflammatory allies into inflammatory waste products. Store them in the fridge, sealed, away from light. And never cook them. Add them to food after cooking. Seed number 3, chia seeds. Number 3, chia seeds. And chia seeds address a structural problem in your retina that most people have no idea exists. Your retina is made up of layers of cells. Each cell has a membrane, a flexible outer wall that holds the cell together and controls what goes in and out. And a major structural component of those cell membranes is a fatty acid called DHA, docosahexaenoic acid. Your retina has one of the highest concentrations of DHA of any tissue in your entire body. When DHA levels are adequate, your retinal cell membranes are flexible, responsive, and efficient at transmitting signals. Light hits a photoreceptor, and the signal zips through the membrane to the optic nerve and straight to your brain. Fast, clean, clear. But when DHA supply drops, and it drops steadily after 60, those membranes become rigid, less flexible, less efficient at signal transmission. The electrical messages from your photoreceptors get delayed, distorted, or weakened. You don't go blind, but everything becomes slightly less sharp, slightly more effortful. Your brain has to work harder to assemble a clear image from degraded signals. Reading becomes tiring. Night driving becomes anxious. Faces across a room become harder to resolve. This is what chronic DHA undersupply does to your retina. It's not dramatic. It's slow, insidious erosion of visual quality. Chia seeds are one of the richest plant sources of ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, which is the precursor your body converts into DHA. Now, I want to be transparent. The conversion rate from ALA to DHA is modest. Your body doesn't convert 100% of the ALA into DHA, but consistent, daily intake of ALA from chia seeds provides a steady drip feed of DHA to your retina, enough to measurably support retinal membrane integrity over time. And chia seeds deliver a second benefit that you'll feel much sooner. A large meta-analysis of 19 randomized trials confirmed that omega-3 intake measurably improves tear film breakup time, the length of time your tear film stays stable before evaporating between blinks. Longer breakup time means more consistent eye moisture, less dryness, less irritation, fewer blurry moments during the day. How to prepare them, and this is essential. Whole chia seeds have an outer shell that resists your digestive enzymes. If you swallow them whole, even if they're soaked in a pudding, your gut cannot break through that shell efficiently. Much of the ALA locked inside passes straight through you, wasted. You must grind them fresh. A coffee grinder, 10 seconds. That's all it takes. The grinding shatters the shell and exposes the omega-3 rich interior to your digestive system. But there's a catch. Once ground, the exposed omega-3 fats begin to oxidize immediately. Oxygen in the air starts breaking them down. Within hours, the anti-inflammatory ALA starts converting into inflammatory byproducts, the exact opposite of what you want. So the rule is absolute. Grind fresh, eat immediately. Never use pre-ground chia from a bag. Never grind a week's supply in advance. Grind 1 tablespoon, eat it within minutes, and pair it with a source of fat. A teaspoon of coconut oil, a drizzle of olive oil, a few slices of avocado. The fat dramatically improves ALA absorption because omega-3s are fat-soluble. 1 tablespoon of freshly ground chia daily with fat. That's the protocol. Seed number 2, flax seeds. Number 2, flax seeds. And flax seeds are here because they take everything chia does and amplify it. 1 tablespoon of freshly ground flax delivers roughly 2,300 milligrams of plant omega-3, ALA. That's substantially more than chia per gram. Flax seeds are, gram for gram, the single highest plant source of alpha-linolenic acid on Earth. Why does this matter? Because when it comes to the DHA drip feed to your retina and the anti-inflammatory support for your tear film, dosage matters. A higher daily intake of ALA means a higher conversion to DHA. A steadier supply to your retinal cell membranes, more consistent anti-inflammatory signaling throughout your eye tissue. And the clinical research on flax specifically is compelling. Studies have shown that regular flax consumption is significantly associated with reduced risk of dry eye syndrome, one of the most common and debilitating eye conditions after 60, not because it replaces teardrops, because it addresses the underlying inflammatory imbalance that causes your tear film to break down in the first place. Think of it this way. Eye drops treat the surface symptom. They add moisture back to your eye. Flax seeds treat the root cause. They reduce the inflammation that's destroying your moisture system from within. One is a bucket under a leaking roof. The other is fixing the roof. Flax also provides lignans, plant compounds with antioxidant properties that add an additional layer of free radical protection in the eye. This isn't their primary mechanism, but it compounds the benefit. How to prepare them? Everything I said about chia applies to flax, but even more strictly. Flax seeds have an extremely hard outer shell, even harder than chia. If you eat whole flax seeds, they will pass through your digestive system completely intact. You'll absorb virtually nothing. It's like swallowing a tiny sealed capsule that your body can't open. Grind them fresh. Coffee grinder, 10 seconds. Eat within 15 minutes. This window is tighter than chia because flax omega-3s oxidize faster. Do not store ground flax. Do not buy pre-ground flax meal from the store. By the time you open that bag, much of the omega-3 content has already degraded. And here's where the synergy gets powerful. Pair your ground flax with avocado. Avocado provides the fat needed for omega-3 absorption, but it also provides its own carotenoids, including lutein, which travels to your macula. So you're getting retinal membrane support from the flax and macular shield reinforcement from the avocado in a single combination. 1 tablespoon of freshly ground flax daily with 1/4 of a ripe avocado. That's the protocol. Seed number 1, sunflower seeds. And number 1, the seed that targets your lens proteins more directly than anything else on this list, sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds are exceptionally high in vitamin E, specifically a form called alpha-tocopherol. And alpha-tocopherol does something for your eye lens that no other nutrient does as effectively. Remember those irreplaceable lens proteins I described at the beginning? The ones your body made once in the womb and never made again? The ones that are slowly being damaged by free radicals, clumping together and clouding your vision? Alpha-tocopherol from sunflower seeds embeds itself directly into the fiber cells of your lens. It sits there, in the membrane, like a sentry. And when a free radical approaches a lens protein, the vitamin E intercepts it. It neutralizes the radical before it can unfold, damage, or clump the protein. The protein survives, your lens stays a little bit clearer a little bit longer. Research has shown that higher dietary vitamin E intake is significantly associated with reduced risk of age-related cataracts, particularly nuclear cataracts, the kind that form in the center of the lens where glutathione can no longer reach. This is the exact type of cataract that causes the most significant vision loss and most commonly leads to surgery. Vitamin E can't cross that physical barrier and restore glutathione to the nucleus, but it can protect the lens from the outside, intercepting damage before it penetrates deeper. It's a different defense strategy. Where glutathione was the cleaning crew working inside the building, vitamin E is the security perimeter around the building, stopping threats at the gate. But here's what makes sunflower seeds number 1 on this list. It's not just the vitamin E alone. It's what happens when you combine them with vitamin C. When vitamin E neutralizes a free radical, it gets oxidized in the process. It sacrifices itself. 1 radical, 1 vitamin E molecule used up. But vitamin C, from a simple squeeze of fresh lemon, can regenerate that oxidized vitamin E. It restores it to its active form. And that regenerated vitamin E goes right back to work, intercepting another radical. This is not theoretical. This is documented biochemistry. Vitamin C recycles vitamin E, allowing a single molecule to protect your lens not once but repeatedly, for hours. It transforms a one-time defense into a continuous, self-renewing shield. Think of it like a rechargeable battery. Without vitamin C, your vitamin E is a single-use battery. It works once and it's done. With vitamin C, it becomes rechargeable. The same molecule protects your lens again and again and again. This is why the number 1 protocol on this list is so specific. The protocol: a small handful of raw, unsalted, shelled sunflower seeds, roughly 2 tablespoons. Combined with 1/4 of a ripe avocado, the fat ensures maximum vitamin E absorption, since it's fat-soluble. And the juice of half a fresh lemon squeezed directly over everything. The vitamin C immediately begins regenerating any vitamin E that gets oxidized in your body, raw and unsalted. This matters. Roasting sunflower seeds at high temperatures degrades their vitamin E content. Salted versions add sodium you don't need. You want the vitamin E intact and uncompromised. Eat this combination in the morning. Fat-soluble nutrients like vitamin E absorb more efficiently earlier in the day when your digestive system is most active. And the vitamin C from the lemon begins the regeneration cycle immediately, giving you hours of continuous lens protection. This, sunflower seeds, avocado, and lemon, is the single most targeted, evidence-backed, food-based intervention for protecting your eye lens from cataract progression that I've found in the research, and it costs almost nothing. Now let me show you how to combine all 6 seeds into a simple, sustainable daily routine, because eating random seeds at random times isn't a strategy. Timing, preparation, and combinations matter. Morning, your eye lens protection window, 2 tablespoons of raw, shelled sunflower seeds, plus a quarter of a ripe avocado, plus juice of half a fresh lemon. This is your primary lens defense. The vitamin E, the fat for absorption, the vitamin C for regeneration. Non-negotiable. Every morning. Alongside this, add 1 tablespoon of freshly ground flax seeds. Grind, eat within 15 minutes. The avocado you're already eating provides the fat for the flax omega-3 absorption. 2 protocols in 1 meal. Midday, retinal support. 1 tablespoon of dry roasted sesame seeds sprinkled on your lunch. Salad, vegetables, rice, soup. Your zinc delivery for photoreceptor protection. And 2 tablespoons of hemp seeds added to the same meal or eaten separately. No preparation needed. Your anti-inflammatory rebalancing for the day. Afternoon or evening. 1 to 2 tablespoons of pre-soaked pumpkin seeds, soaked the night before in lemon water. Your lutein and zeaxanthin delivery for macular shield reinforcement. Pair with a small fat source if you haven't already, and 1 tablespoon of freshly ground chia seeds paired with a small amount of fat. Your second omega-3 dose of the day, compounding the DHA drip feed from the morning flax. Weekly preparation routine. Once a week, roast a batch of sesame seeds for the week ahead. They keep well after roasting. Once daily in the evening, put tomorrow's pumpkin seeds in lemon water to soak overnight. Everything else gets prepared fresh each day. Before I let you go, let me save you from the 5 most common mistakes that undo all of this work. Mistake 1, eating chia or flax whole. Your body cannot break their shells. You will absorb almost nothing. Grind them, every time, no exceptions. Mistake 2, using pre-ground chia or flax from a bag. Once ground, the omega-3s oxidize rapidly. Pre-ground products sold on store shelves have been degrading for weeks or months. You're eating inflammatory waste products, not anti-inflammatory omega-3s. Grind fresh, eat immediately. Mistake 3, eating seeds without fat. Vitamin E, lutein, zeaxanthin, DHA. All of the most important eye protective compounds in these seeds are fat-soluble. Without dietary fat present in the same meal, they pass through your gut unabsorbed. Always pair seeds with avocado, olive oil, coconut oil, or another healthy fat source. Mistake 4, drinking coffee or tea within 90 minutes of your seeds. The tannins in coffee and tea bind to zinc, copper, and other minerals in your digestive tract, blocking absorption. You can still drink your coffee, just separate it from your seed meals by at least 90 minutes. Morning coffee at 7 a.m., seeds at 8:30 or later. Mistake 5, eating roasted, salted sunflower seeds. High heat roasting destroys vitamin E. Salt adds sodium. You need raw, unsalted, shelled sunflower seeds to get the lens protection. The roasted snack versions you buy in the gas station checkout aisle are not medicine. They're a snack with the medicine removed. Let me set honest expectations. Weeks 1 to 2. The first change most people notice is reduced dry eye. Your tear film begins stabilizing as the omega-3s from flax, chia, and hemp start rebalancing your inflammatory state. Less itching, less burning, fewer drops needed. Weeks 3-6. Tear film improvements deepen. Many people report that their eyes feel more comfortable for longer periods, especially during screen time or in dry environments. Morning eye stickiness may decrease. Months 2-4. This is where the deeper structural support begins to show. Your macular pigment density, the protective shield built by lutein and zeaxanthin, increases gradually with consistent intake. Your night vision may improve subtly. Color perception may feel slightly richer. Month 6+. The lens protection from vitamin E is cumulative. You won't feel your lens getting protected. But the oxidative damage that was accelerating cataract formation is being intercepted daily. This is the long game. This is where the research showing delayed cataract onset by a decade comes from. Years of consistent daily protection. Dry eye improvements are fast. Structural protection is slow but profound. Both are real. A few important notes. If you're on blood thinners, flax and chia seeds have mild blood thinning effects due to their omega-3 content. In the amounts I've recommended, this is typically not a concern, but tell your doctor so they can monitor. If you have nut or seed allergies, start with one seed at a time to check for reactions. If you're on any eye medication, do not stop or change your medication based on this video. These foods support your eye health alongside whatever your doctor has prescribed, not instead of it. I want to leave you with something I think matters more than any seed on this list. Your eyes are not failing you. Your eyes have been working for you every single day for your entire life, with proteins they were given once and never replaced. They have done an extraordinary job with what they had. What's happening now is not failure, it's depletion. The protective systems are running low. The defense compounds are fading. The supply lines have been cut. And your eyes are still trying, still focusing, still adapting, still sending signals to your brain, with less support than they've ever had. When you give them these 6 seeds, consistently, daily, prepared correctly, you're not fighting a losing battle. You're restocking the supply lines. You're refueling the defense systems. You're giving your eyes the raw materials to do what they've been trying to do all along. Protect what's left and keep you seeing clearly for as many years as possible. And clear vision, the ability to read a book, to see your grandchild's face across the room, to watch the sunset and see every color, to drive yourself to the places you want to go, that is independence. That is freedom. And it is worth 2 tablespoons of sunflower seeds and a squeeze of lemon every morning. Start this week, not next month. This week, buy the 6 seeds. Start the morning sunflower and flax protocol. Start the midday sesame and hemp. Start the evening pumpkin and chia. Give it 30 days. Watch what happens to your eyes. If this video opened your eyes, and I mean that in more ways than one, please hit the like button. It costs you nothing, and it helps this video reach other people over 60 who are watching their vision fade and don't know there's something they can do about it. Share it with someone who matters to you, someone who's been struggling with dry eyes, who's been told cataracts are inevitable, who's been handed drops and told to come back when it's bad enough for surgery. Show them this video. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do. Every week we break down the health science that truly matters after 60. No hype, no miracles, just real research translated into real actions you can take at your kitchen table. Thank you for watching today. Your eyes carried the world to you for a lifetime. Now it's your turn to carry something back to them. I'll see you in the next one.